What's going on, LG content viewers? We're going to be doing a little bit of a tier list video this time around with me and the LG boys. We're going to be ranking characters from 1 to 10, going to be meshing the averages together and just making a general tier list made by actual bona fide top players and content creators, the most trustworthy people in the entire world. Now, if you could trust us, then trust me when I say that you should subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment whatever you want to comment. If you think that Tweek doesn't know a goddamn thing about Sephiroth, that's something you should say. Now, let's watch the video.
So you can see we got a little rubric to kind of guide us throughout the tier list.
9 to 10 meaning best characters playing competitive play. 7 to 8 being a few steps away from being considered top tier. So I'm assuming like maybe like high tier or something. 5, 6 somewhat of a mixed bag of viable and not so much. 3 to 4 is they generally struggle, and 1 and 2 are, well, they suck, don't even bother.
I'll give the 7 because I do not believe Banjo is bad.
Banjo? No, he's not that bad. Hey, he's a 6. Bayo, definitely underrated character.
Bowser, just kind of a gimmick character. Bowser Jr. Fun fact, Tweek also played Bowser Jr. Real ones in Smash 4, remember. Bowser Jr. sucks, by the way.
Byleth is probably closer to Banjo and Bayo in terms of ranking, probably a little better than some of the lower characters on here. I'm gonna go with the 6 for Byleth as well.
Okay, Byleth sucks. Ask MKLeo, like, I'm being honest over here, okay? Oh, Captain Falcon, bruh. Okay, he's not too bad, but I wouldn't bother playing Falcon.
Crumb is good. Cloud, some of the best. If I wouldn't say the best, that's why I don't give it the 10.
Cloud, good. I mean, Spargo has shown it.
Corrin, kind of the same thing where I think that Spargo just carries the character really hard. Diddy Kong, sorry Tweek, you're carried.
Diddy Kong, I could also just give him an 8 with the rest of the characters, but it's starting to feel extra weird. Diddy's at least an 8.
Donkey Kong, this character is eggs, very mid.
Dr. Mario, speaking of low tier heroes, shoutouts to Jazar, bro, like for real.
Duck Hunt, it's gonna be a 6. I feel like the character has more room for growth though.
Falco, I'll probably give it a 7. Fox a 9. This thing is probably just... I don't think any character belongs to 1 or 2. I think when you're competing, even Ganondorf can pull something out. So I would not rank anybody from 1 to 2. I'll probably just do 4. Ganondorf sucks, but in this game, every single character is violence.
Basically, if I think Doc is better than Ganon or not, which isn't the most important thought in the world, but I'm gonna take it seriously. It's tough. I might just have to give them both 2.
Ganondorf to 1, Greninja about here. I think Greninja's really good. I think he's alright. I think he's pretty good.
Hero is literally like, if you have good RNG, broken character. Ice Climbers are broken, it's just no one really cares enough about them, I guess, besides Big D.
Incineroar, I think, is a competitive character. 8. Inkling, I think, is kinda mid. 6.
Isabel's another one where she's not getting past 5. I'm gonna go with a 4 for Isabel. It might even be slightly higher than some people would expect, so probably a 3 or 4. I'll go with 4.
Jigglypuff is low-key good though. In my opinion, Jigglypuff deserves an 8. Joker is 9. Yeah.
Joker, this is a matchup that I think is relatively fine for Jigglypuff, speaking of which. Joker's definitely 10. I mean, Kazuya, like, don't even get me started.
Kazuya, I put it at a 9, man. I hate Kazuya. Dude, I think this character is insanely cracked. I might even give Kazuya a 10. I just... If he didn't get hard countered by, like, extremely specific characters, and I'm saying hard countered, he'd probably be 10. Ken, I give him a 6. I respect Ken. He's a hard character.
DDD is bad. K-Roll is also bad.
I might be nice to Kirby and give Kirby a 4. 3 or 4. I'll go with 3 though.
I am a respecter of Link, dude. I think he gets up there on the 5s. Little Mac, congratulations, you're 2. Honestly, I think I might put Little Mac at a 1.
Oh, Lucario's ass. Character depends on losing.
Lucas think Lucas is decent. I'll give him a 7. Lucina, pretty solid. We've seen it with Proto.
Luigi's also a 6 or 7. That's hard. Feels like a 6.5 or something. I'll go with a 6 for Luigi.
Mario, I'm biased, 9.
Oh, Mars, dude. If only landing tippers was extremely rewarding and easy. Oh. Oh my freaking goodness, alright.
Mega Man, underexplored, very good. Actually, no, he gets counterpicked hard. I'll put him at a 6. We'll take him down a peg.
I think Meta Knight has potential to be pretty good. But as of right now, 8.
I want to believe in Mewtwo, but every time I play as that character or I see someone play as that character, I suffer, so no.
Me Brawler. This one is tricky. I think I'm going to go with 6 for Me Brawler, but a 7 is reasonable as well. And then Me Gunner. Me Gunner's probably a 4 through 5. I'll give Me Gunner a 5. And then Sword Fighter, I'll probably give a 4.
Min Min is a 10. Game & Watch is a 10. Some of the best characters in the game, in my opinion.
Game & Watch? I don't need to explain it either. Ness! Ness has always sucked. It's mainly his up B, dude. Like, it just makes him so easy to, like, edge guard and 2-frame and ledge trap, and his floaty jump just makes him so easy to juggle. Like, dude.
I'll give Olimar a 7. I feel like that's a pretty optimistic 7. You could go 6. 6 or 7, I think, for Olimar is good.
Pac-Man. I think Pac-Man's pretty good. 9. Palu. I think Palu's kinda mid. 7.
Palutena, I stay stable even. That character, good. Peach Daisy, never was bad. Pichu, get nerfed, kid. See ya.
I'll give Pikachu a 9. This is kind of controversial because I think Pikachu could be a lot better.
Pikachu. Now Pikachu's more like an 8.
Piranha Plant. I actually don't think Piranha Plant's that bad, but I still will say it's a low tier character.
The pits I think are good. 8.
Pokemon Trainer, probably like a 7.
Pyramithra, 10. We'll never not say they're a 10. Ridley, humbly mid gimmick character. Rob, 10. Get me out.
I think that Rob is broken, so 9.
Rosalina Luma, solid gimmick character. I know I keep losing it to Buzz because he keeps going Rosa on me, but like once I figure out his tricks, he's not gonna beat me anymore.
Roy 9. Ryu 8. Samus. I do believe highly of Samus. I think Samus is a 9. Super broken character. Literally play a managed state and that's it.
I think Sephiroth is 6 through 7 range. I think Sephiroth is closer to a 7 than a 6. I think Sheik is an 8 at least, with potential to be the first 9 I'd give out. Some weird stuff for Sheik, like Ice Climbers, Rosalina. But Sheik is incredible. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to giving Sheik a 9. Bro, I'm gonna give Sheik a 9. I've always thought Sheik was amazing. And I think Sheik might be better than characters like Cloud, Aegis, Rob.
Shulk, in theory, should be a broken-ass character, but too complicated, so 7. Simon and Richter, mid-tier. Oh, Snake is broken. Sonic is broken.
Sonic, pretty solid. No bias, of course.
Sora. Normally, like if you asked me like a year ago, I'd probably put him at 8. But I haven't seen the results, so he goes down to a 7. Steve, undeniable 10.
Steve, I wish there was an 11 here, because that's where Steve belongs.
Steve 10. I see it before Sora. Sora's an 8.
Steve, best character in the game.
Steve, all right, now it's like a 9 or 10, another 9 or 10 character. Let's just go with 10. Let's not overcomplicate things. So we'll just give Steve the 10. We'll give Sonic and Steve the 10s, you know? All right, let's make some big changes. Let's see how I feel about giving Pyramithra a 9. Let's give Pikachu a 9. Let's give Joker a 9.
Terry, 7, just because of the Go meter. Oh, Toon Link is amazing. I just don't think anyone realizes yet.
Toon Link. Everyone thinks they got a good Toon Link. You know what? If you have a friend in your friend group who thinks they have a nasty Toon Link, show them this part. I have something to say to them. Your Toon Link's not nasty. Everyone has a Toon. He's an extremely simple character. You shouldn't be impressed with yourself. You are buns.
Villager's a 6, Warrior's a 9.
I'm gonna give Wario. I think Wario might be closer to an 8.
We Fit. Gimmicky. Gonna be a 6. Wolf. I don't know. I think Wolf in this meta just falls apart, honestly. I'll give him a 7.
Yoshi's pretty good, honestly. Young Link is also good, like 7.
Zelda's a 6. I got to play a Zelda in Japan, which was kind of bad for me. I had to counterpick super hard, so Zelda definitely goes there by experience. Everybody in Japan is so good.
Zero Suit. They save the worst for last, and when I say worst, I mean the worst.
Now, rate my top 5. Okay, that's like extremely easy though. That is like Steve has the first one for sure. And I'm gonna say Kazuya, because I think Kazuya, even though I've been doing better against Kazuya myself, I still think that character is insane. After that, I'm probably gonna say Sonic. And then I'll say Snake. And then number 5 is... I want to say Pyra and Mithra, but I don't really think it's Pyra and Mithra. For the sake of me not knowing which one could be better than them, I'll put them as number 5, but this doesn't mean I actually agree with myself.
My top 5. Steve being number 1. Yo, who is the second best character? Snake or Sonic? One of those two. I would say Sonic. Third, I think Snake is very good. Do I consider Kazuya being top 5? I don't think so. Who will be the last one? I would say something wild. I'm gonna say Peach. That's my top 5. Steve number 1, number 2 Sonic, number 3 Snake, number 4 Game & Watch, and number 5 Peach.
And then my top 5. Here we go. Number 1 is none other than Steve. Number 2, I know what you guys are thinking, and I am also thinking it as well. In my opinion, Rob. Number 3 is gonna be Joker is better than Sonic. So Joker. And then we're gonna have Sonic. And then number 5, it's gonna be Fox. Oops. Not Ganon. Fox.
For the top 5, I'm gonna give Sonic number 1, and I'm gonna give Steve number 2, Pikachu, and then I'm gonna go with Cheek, and then I'm gonna go with Pyra Mithra.
Oh, Steve. Pyra Mithra. I'll put Pyra Mithra number 2. I'll put Rob. They need to stop trolling me with putting every single character on this thing. Like, oh yeah, dude, Dr. Mario number 4. And then I actually think Sonic might be better than Rob. Game & Watch number 5. Who else do I got in the 9s? Peach, Lucina, Kazuya. Is Kazuya top 5? Would I put Kazuya over Game & Watch? I feel like Game & Watch has like way more winnable losing matchups. So I'm gonna put Game & Watch over Kazuya. That is my tier list. That is my opinions. My correct opinions.
Okay, so we're gonna be looking at the culmination of all the ratings we gave to the Smash Ultimate roster and the tier list that it created. My cat, Tiny Kong, is in the background. 5 most agreed upon characters are Banjo, which was universally agreed on, which is really interesting. Steve and Sonic, not as big of a surprise, right? Young Link and Link. I'm the only player to put Pikachu and Sheik in top 5. He's also the only player to put Steve not top 1, putting Sonic above Steve. Yeah, I'm probably going to get roasted by the people in this video and the comments, but yeah, here's my logic around Sonic being above Steve. When Steve is struggling, whether it's a matchup he has noticeably had a hard time in or not, he's clearly struggling. When he's at a deficit, he's getting bullied, he doesn't have materials, he's clearly lacking. Like something is wrong. Sonic doesn't have a single matchup in the game where he's flailing like that, where he just can't function, can't play the game. Steve at least has matchups / situations where he gets bullied. It's rare in a lot of levels of play, it's rare in a lot of matchups, but it's possible. In S plus, we got Steve and Sonic in their own tier. I think that's reasonable at the moment. I think those characters are in a class of their own for the most part. And then Aegis and Rob. Aegis makes sense, even if Aegis is on a lower part of someone's matchup in these like 5 or so people we have. It's gonna round out to be super high because on average, most people's tier list will have Aegis high. Rob at 4. Snake at 5, Pikachu at 6. I'm sure my Pikachu placement fluctuated Pikachu quite a bit, unless there's someone that put Pikachu super high, but no one's going to put Pikachu low by any means. Joker, Game & Watch, Kazuya, Peach. I value Peach higher than Kazuya. Cloud, Fox, Roy, Wario, Min, Diddy, Palu, Lucina to round out S tier. I think it's a little crazy to put characters like Min worse than Wario. Fox and Cloud, I feel like are buddies nowadays on the tier list, just super high up there, and they're usually around the same spot. I think Lucina's a little abnormally high. I'm not sure who's to blame for that. Falcon is in D tier. That's crazy, but yeah, Falcon's just not that super special. Not bad by any means. Yeah, Sora's pretty low, almost a C tier character. That's hard to believe. I would put Sora in A tier at least. Diddy's in a good spot. I feel like Diddy's usually on the lower end of top tier. He's just a top tier character. Like Corrin could realistically be like in a Lucina situation on this specific tier list. It is crazy to see Ike that low. The game's been out for a long time. Things are like just so different. But yeah, overall really interesting. Pretty interesting experiment. I feel like people are gonna have a lot to say about what I had to say. So I'll just take those consequences and yeah, have a good one.
We're gonna be looking at the final results of the LG tier list. Let's get it. You already know I'm gonna disagree with this. Heavily disagree with this. Off of the sole fact that Sonic is top 2. He's top 2, that's already bad enough. But the fact that he's in the same tier as Steve is absolutely outrageous. Like, Sonic is not in the same tier as Steve. And if you think he is, you know absolutely nothing about the game. That aside, Fox is way too low. Aegis is way too high. I think Rob has a solid placement, though I do think that he can be top 3. He's like top 3. But I think 4th is fine. Snake top 5 is kind of crazy. I think he's top 10, but definitely not top 5. Pikachu 6th. I mean, I can see him 5, so you know that's okay. I think that Peach needs to be a bit higher. Obviously, I already said Fox. Roy could be a bit higher. Everything else, let's see. Wario, I think, is fine. Min, also fine. Palu. Yeah, honestly, okay, this is fine. The characters in the A tier, I think overall pretty solid. B tier, Zero Suit. Yeah. Where's Banjo? I'm curious as to where Banjo. Oh, Banjo is really low. I'm pretty sure I gave him a what, like a 6 out of 10. I think that's pretty fair for him. Meta Knight's way too low though. I think Meta Knight's a sleeper character. I agree with Ganon being the worst in the game. Yes, that's correct. Little Mac being the second. Yes, that is also correct. Pichu, what the fuck is Pichu? Pichu, what are you doing down there, bro? Pichu does not deserve to be down there. Pichu is way better than that. I think people underrate the heck out of Pichu. I think Pichu is really good. I think Pichu, yeah, Pichu's not as good as he was pre-patch, but I think Pichu is still good, like high tier for sure. I think Sora's a bit too low. Corrin is definitely a bit too low. Outside of that, I think the tier list is fine. I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Let us know.
Obviously, the first thing I'm going to be doing is looking at Zero Suit because that's the only thing that matters to me. If Zero Suit's like not even in the top 30, then we're good. So let's count. We got 30, 31. Woo! And you know what? I think we could actually get this a little bit lower. That's the best part. Look at that. Look at those characters that are in the same tier as Zero Suit. You could say Mii Brawler's better. You could say Young Link and Mega Man and Greninja are better. I don't know about any of these other characters. Like maybe Sora, but that's like maybe Cap. Zero Suit's officially B tier, boys. We did it. It's not propaganda either. It's just facts. Look at the numbers. Best Zero Suit in the world's over here telling you the character's trash. He's not getting a lot of results. It is what it is. Is this the worst character to win a major right here? Wait. Inflate my ego, please. DeBuzz has never won anything. I don't think... You know what? Stats nerds probably know better than I do, but is Zero Suit the lowest character on this list to win an S tier? A super major. I am honored, personally. Leo is the only person to put Peach in top 5. Meister is the only one to put Kazuya in top 5. Sonix is the only one to put Joker and Fox in top 5. I'll have what he's having. What the hell? This dude's he's just basing how viable, he's just basing his top 5 on characters that do well against Sonic. And Joker doesn't even do that well against Sonic. Whatever. Tweek is the only player to put Pikachu and Sheik in top 5. Also the only player to put Steve not number 1, putting Sonic above Steve. That is insane. Holy shit. Bars had no unique characters in their top. I don't even know what that means. I had no unique characters in my top 5. So I have the most basic opinion. Is that what I'm learning here? I don't know. I'm surprised Cloud is that low. I don't know. I guess Sparkle hasn't even really been going to much, and when he does, he's a little inconsistent, so I get that. I'm glad Fox made it to S-, just because, like, I think he's very good, but he gets, like, hard counterpicked by, like, really weird characters. And he's a hard character to play, which I think should be a factor when considering how viable a character is. I think Greninja needs to be a little bit better. Let's look at the bottom. This is probably where most of the people who watch this video, your characters are probably going to be down here because you guys are freaks. And you play bad characters because it's fun. So bottom 3 in the game is Ganon, Little Mag, DDD. That's pretty fair. I honestly think that those characters are all quite bad. Which I think the only for Shores Alutely is like Ganon might be bottom 1. And even then, you put him on Wi-Fi and this dude's like up here in C tier. I think Belmont is a little bit low. I kind of think he's not as bad as people think he is. Same with Zelda, actually. Zelda's got some fucked up stuff, but there's just no Zeldas performing, which I understand. Falcon is that low, and so is Pichu. Oh my god, what the heck? Okay. What's going on with the Byleth hate? If you made this tier list like 2 years ago, Byleth would be like up here, like Yoshi and like Olimar. But Leo stopped playing Byleth and back down to C tier he goes. Donkey Kong that low is pretty understandable. Now he sucks. You put him against a decent character and he doesn't get to play the game. Characters that can't kill just tend to struggle a lot. Like, I think that's a very good example of that is also, like, Inkling up here. Has a lot of really strong and good tools. Unfortunately, also pretty simple. And struggles to kill because of the lack of depth. The worst me is me Sword Fighter. I agree with that. I can get behind that. Best one is me Brawler for sure. Yep. Probably better than Zero Suit. No cap. This character can kill you at most percents. I also think Ness is a little bit better, too. I'm surprised Ness is down here in the C tiers. Where's Banjo? Banjo is at C tier? Wait, this was one of the most agreed upon characters, right? Was Banjo? Oh, wow. And he landed smack dab at like looking like a 5 out of 10 right now. Number 1 issue is Falcon with this list. Number 2 issue. Oh, Ryu is better than Ken? I don't know about that, bro. Whatever. I like the top tiers. That's one thing I will say about this list. That looks good. Maybe Game & Watch should be like around where like Snake is. If we're going left to right, which we are, that's the only like argument I would make up there. I think Sephiroth should be like a bit higher too. PT should be higher. PT's one of those characters not a lot of people play, but I feel like we all low-key know PT's broken. Outside of what I have just mentioned, it's a mostly agreeable list. Even if you don't think the exact placement is right, don't be that guy that's like, actually, my character should be 2 spots higher because of this very niche setup that he has on Joker, who's a competitively viable character. Shut up. Nobody cares. Nobody asks you. This is a general thing.
I'm a little confused by this, but hey, let's get right into it. Let's give our opinions on this, okay? So the first thing is, I think we can all agree Steve is top tier. And the best in the game. So I don't think there's any debate on that. I mean, the character's pretty broken. If you don't think so, I don't know what you mean. The character's literally stupid. Now, Sonic as number 2. I gotta say, I will stand by the fact that Kazuya should still be here. The character's insane. And I do think Kazuya's a little low, speaking of which. I've always been part of the me thinking that Aegis is not exactly top 3. Yeah, so Pikachu and Rob, they do lose to a lot of characters. Well, specifically Rob. Rob loses to a lot of characters that other characters just don't. The thing about Pikachu is that it's always bothered me how when the game came out, the first thing that everyone noticed on Pikachu is that his downer spikes. And literally just based off from that, people unironically were saying Pikachu was the best in the game. The character hasn't done shit. A Joker is pretty good. Game & Watch, I agree. I mean, I think Game & Watch either top 10, top 15. People who put him at top 5, I don't exactly think he's that high on the tier list, but regardless. Kazuya, like I said, should be in top 2. Like, come on, man. Min Min! I think the character should definitely be a lot higher. Min Min is pretty good. Makes it so that you have to play the game a lot differently, and just nullifies a lot of playstyles because of the range. And like, the thing about Min Min is she can play either really campy or like super rushdown because of the Ram. Now Peach, definitely fine over there. Cloud and Fox, Roy, Wario, same thing. You know what? I'll put Diddy there. Yeah, because see, to be fair, I would put him at like A tier, but I definitely see Diddy being better than any of these characters below him. So like, alright, I'll put Diddy there just because of that. And then we got Palutena and Lucina. Two characters that, even though they're top tier, and I know a lot of people might disagree or maybe not, I don't know. More on the Lucina side, I think people will agree with me that these two characters are probably the most honest top tiers out of any of this. Like, you think this is honest? You think this is honest? You think this is honest? Like, nah. So, all of these characters, from the first row at least, I agree. It's the same thing, they're too honest. Corin is honest, believe it or not. Pretty, like, simple character rather, no cheese really. Bayo should definitely be around here. And Shulk, maybe a little lower. Maybe where CSS is at. The rest is fine. Honestly, someone get a ladder for Sheik, because, like, I don't think Sheik should go here. Sheik is probably, like, here. Hero, very hard character to rank on a tier list. Mainly because, well, he's literally RNG dependent. Like, if he gets really good RNG, Jesus, it's such a pain to play against a hero like that. I low-key think Me Brother should go, like, here. Like, Me Brother is actually pretty good. I've figured it out, but yeah. Well, to be fair, I've never thought of Me Brother being bad. It's just he's a me. I never want to rank a me super high. Like, can you imagine someone telling you, oh yeah, me's are good? And CSS, nah, CSS is fine there. Like, good mobility, good kill setups, down B's broken, good recovery. But missing a little bit of cheese and a little bit of more stuff and damage output, for example. I would put Sora, like, being fully honest, I would put him over here. C tier, this is like mid tier-ish. Okay, first of all, we gotta stop the cap on Incineroar, okay? I don't know if you guys are still on that copium of like, oh yeah, Incineroar, super hard and whatever to use. Now, I'm not saying he's brain dead, but have you seen his damage output, even without revenge? His 3 kill throws, his command grab, his ledge trap game, even his juggle game, his upper's pretty good, dude. This character does not belong in C tier. This character belongs at least over here. Or like, yeah, like around here where Greninja's at. And same with Puff, dude. Who did this? No, Puff goes like around here. Puff's pretty good. Just no one knows how to use her. Bowser, I think with time, could be like all the way over here as well. B+. Broken character. No one uses him as the thing. Only Leon and Hero from Japan. This is like low tier, and I'm gonna say bottom tier. First of all, and right at the get-go, yes, bottom tier is definitely this. And low tiers, I'm gonna say it, Kirby is not low tier. Kirby belongs at least over here in C tier, or even like B-. That character is good. But again, it's a character that is not played by anyone besides Jaja and Gilhue. You guys just have to open your eyes and you'll see that this character is good. I think Duckun could go like over here in C+ or even B-. And Dr. Mario, I mean, probably belongs in C- as well. I've seen the potential in this character. But, I mean, potato, right? Same thing with K. Rool, I guess. So, like, yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, but I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe.
This tier list was made or gathered by every single Luminosity player put together. So this time we're gonna be reacting to it. You might think Steve is the best, Sonic is the best, that these two are the best two in the game. I think Steve is a little bit better than Sonic, but that's just me, right? How in the world is Aegis top 3? I wanna know why did they vote Aegis to be top 3? Rob, Snake, Pika, Joker, Game & Watch Kazuya for top 10. That's actually quite good. I wouldn't change anything. I think Aegis is still like probably like a top 10 character, right? Peach for me is top 5, which is really funny to mention because I'm the only player to say that Peach is a top 5 character. Maister saying that Kazuya is a top 5. Tweek saying that Sheik and Pikachu are top 5. I think I'm the less crazy. Oh, also Sonix put Fox and Joker in top 5. None of them are top 5 in my opinion, but it's crazy. Maybe Roy goes alongside Lucina, I don't know. Everything other than this is very good. I like the tier list. Aegis is not better than Joker, that's the thing. I play both. I have experience with both. I can tell you that Aegis is not the best. It's not better than Joker, but that's about it. Palu, Lucina, Diddy Kong always being there. Wario, fucking broken character. People just buy Gluttony's propaganda. Then Min Cloud. Cloud is so honest to be here, but Cloud is so broken at the same time. A tier. Wolf, Mario, PT, Pac-Man, Corrin, Terry. This is really good though. I think these characters are like good enough to win tournaments. I don't necessarily think that you need bracket luck. I think if you know the matchup well, I think you can win every matchup. Then minus. Sheik being really high is surprising to me, but I'll buy it. Shulk being A, higher than Byleth, higher than Ike, than Crumb, than Sephiroth. Okay, so Shulk, so they think Shulk is that good. I could see Bayonetta like going to A+. I know it doesn't matter that much because it's still A, but A+, maybe. Same with Samus. Samus, I feel like is better than all the characters above. That's just my opinion. Zero Suit being worse than Samus, and also B, which is considered like a what? Like a high mid tier? Like a mid tier? Yo, that's crazy. Because all of these characters have like offset potential and have like good matchups at least. C tier. Okay, these characters are kind of like meh. Meta Knight. Yeah, Meta Knight deserves that. With a trainer there, that's fine. Banjo. Even though, yeah, Toriguri is amazing, I think Banjo is still a C tier, whatever that is, mid tier. Incineroar, I used to think Incineroar was disgusting, now I don't think so. Violet sucks. Ness, Gunner, Link, Crumb. Bowser Jr., ooh, low-key higher though. Lucario, I think Lucario goes higher, same with Bowser. But all of these characters are just like really, I don't know, there's not really a very good player to play these characters, so we cannot really tell at really top level. Then D, we got Ike. We love Ike, but Ike is kind of mid tier, kind of low tier. I agree with Ike's placement. Ike is just falling so much in the tier list. I remember I used to play Ike, of course, because Ike was broken, and I remember Ike was broken. Even though I believe everybody was just sauce at Ultimate at the beginning, Ike used to be so good. Duck Hunt, really underrated character, secret character. A lot of top players think Duck Hunt is broken, so surprising to see Duck Hunt here. We'll see in the future. Captain Falcon, Pichu, Kirby. Captain Falcon and Pichu, they do suck. Then Kirby, I don't agree with Kirby. I think Kirby at least deserves a B, but that's just a Mexican player opinion. So as for Dr. Mario and Isabel, K. Rool, I would say they're correct in this line. Everybody except for like maybe Piranha Plant and me. The Mr. Fighter, I still think we could expect some things from this character, but the meta is super advanced at this point, so the S and A, maybe B, are considered like the characters are viable in my opinion. I'm not saying these are not viable because we've seen a lot of people doing crazy stuff with these characters, but again, like they usually don't win majors, they usually don't win like big brackets, they lose to very bad matchups, except for Violet, right? Because I won majors. That was it. GG's and goodbye. Have a good night.
Everybody's on this list. Everybody's here. Just like how everybody will subscribe to the channel and comment because you like that kind of stuff. You like it. It makes you feel good and it makes us feel great. Like the video. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.